Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater's Guitars and Gear. This time out, a flexible acoustic instrument preamp from Orange. Let's get started. Today we're checking out the Acoustic Pre. It's a 2-channel preamp from Orange that's designed for acoustic guitars and other acoustic instruments that have pickups or microphones. We have 2 completely independent channels on the Acoustic Pre. Channel A features a 12AX7 tube, and you access that using the heat control. That allows you to drive that tube a little bit harder to add a bit of saturation, as well as just a hint of compression. It feels great when you're playing guitar direct in using a pickup. The second channel is designed for more flat response, and it can accept a signal from either a pickup or from a microphone. There's 48-volt phantom power, so you can use a condenser microphone straight into the Acoustic Pre. Now you can configure the Acoustic Pre in a couple of different ways. You can run those 2 channels completely separately. Each one has its own EQ, there's treble, bass, and sweepable mid-range on each channel, and so you could run 2 instruments in, or you could run a microphone and a pickup at the same time on the same instrument. You can output them independently or output them in stereo. We also have dual effects loops. So each channel can have its own set of effects, a completely independent signal path. So we could have one set of effects on the pickup coming in and a completely different set of effects that are on the microphone. Or we can jump the 2 loops together, which is what I'm doing here, and that allows us to hear the onboard reverb in stereo. We have stereo Xlr outputs, and those would typically be fed to your front of house system or to a recorder. We also have a mono 1/4 inch output, and that would feed to your stage monitor or an amplifier that you're using on stage. We can invert the phase on either of the channels independently, and each output also has its own ground lift, and this will help defeat any hum problems we might encounter due to ground loops. 48-volt phantom power is switchable from the front panel, and there's also a front panel mute switch, or you can access the mute function using a foot switch into the back panel. Now that mute function silences the signal before the effects loop, so any effects will keep ringing. This allows you to tune silently, but it doesn't affect your effect settings. Of course, the main feature of the Acoustic Pre is that it sounds great. Having that 12AX7 on board really does give us an option for subtly shaping the tone. Here's what Channel A sounds like with that heat control turned all the way down. Now if I turn heat all the way up, the tube is mainly affecting the upper frequencies, so it's adding a bit of saturation, a bit of compression, and a little bit fatter tone. It's a subtle effect, but it's very useful for shaping the sound that's coming out of your guitar. If you're looking for a versatile, great-sounding acoustic preamp for guitars or other acoustic instruments with pickups or with microphones, you definitely want to check out the Orange Acoustic Pre. Very easy to set up, very easy to use, sounds great, but it's also configurable and surprisingly versatile with those dual loops, onboard reverb, and stereo and mono outputs. It's a great addition to your acoustic toolbox, whether you're performing or recording. Thanks for joining me for Sweetwater's Guitars and Gear. Be sure to tune in next time. We'll have more guitars, more amps, more effects, and we'll be making lots of music. I'm Mitch Gallagher.